All right, we're all starting to think about 2026, right? We've got these huge goals swirling around in our heads. Maybe a career change, finally getting that health routine locked in, or starting a big creative project. The ambition is definitely there. But the real question is, how do we actually make it all happen?
You know the story. It's the same every year, isn't it? The gym is absolutely packed in January, and then, poof, by February, it's a ghost town. We start out with all this energy and excitement, and then life just sort of gets in the way. It's super frustrating. But what if I told you the reason we fail has nothing to do with what we think it is?
See, in our heads, we picture progress looking like that clean, perfect line on the left, just straight up, no problems. But the real world, Real progress looks like that messy, jagged line on the right. It's got ups, downs, and a whole lot of plateaus. Just getting that into our heads is the first big step. And that leads us right into what you could call the New Year's goal trap. It's this cycle of getting super hyped up and then feeling let down. So many of us fall for it every single year. But here's the good news. It is a trap, and once you see how it works, you can learn to avoid it. And here we go. This is the big idea that changes everything. We're so quick to blame ourselves, right? Oh, I just don't have enough willpower. But what if that's completely wrong? What if the problem isn't your motivation at all? What if it's your method? So that brings us to the solution. Instead of just trying to muscle our way through on pure grit and willpower, which we know doesn't last, we need to be smarter. We need to build systems. Okay, let's really break this down. Motivation, it's an emotion. It's powerful for sure, but it's totally unreliable. It shows up when it feels like it. A system, on the other hand, is logical. It's consistent. It's repeatable. It's like the railroad tracks that keep the train moving, even on the days you don't really feel like driving. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? A solid routine, a well-designed system, that's what carries you. That's what does the heavy lifting on those days when you're just not feeling it. It is literally the engine for any kind of long-term success. So this all sounds good, but how do we actually build one of these systems? Let's get practical and start laying out the blueprint for making your 2026 goals a reality. Here it is, the whole blueprint, and look at how it flows. You start by getting super clear on where you're going. Then you build the daily habits, the system to get you there. You break it down into tiny little actions, you protect your time to do those actions, and then, crucially, you check in and adjust. Let's dig into each of these. First up, your goal has to be measurable. Something vague like, I want to get healthy, is basically useless because you can't track it. But a goal like, I'm going to the gym 3 times a week and eating 5 servings of vegetables a day, now that's different. That gives you a clear yes or no. Did I do it today or not? Okay, let's use a big, scary goal as an example. Write a novel. Just seeing that on a to-do list is enough to make you want to go take a nap. It feels so huge, you have no idea where to even start. And this, right here, is where overwhelm kicks in and we quit. But this is the secret weapon. You break it down. The system isn't write a novel. The system is write 1 paragraph every single day. Heck, the very first step isn't even writing. It's just opening the laptop. When you make the first action ridiculously small, it's impossible not to do it. And that's how you build momentum. All right, now for execution and adaptation. Because having a plan is great, but these next 2 parts are all about actually putting that system into motion and making sure it keeps working for you week after week. Look, your system is totally useless if you don't carve out the time and mental space to actually do it. This is where techniques like time blocking come in. You literally schedule appointments with yourself to work on your goal, and then you practice single tasking. Put the phone away, close the other tabs, and just do that one thing. It's a game changer. And finally, a system is not a set it and forget it kind of thing. You've got to check in on it. A simple weekly review where you ask, what works this week? What didn't? What am I going to change for next week? That little ritual is so powerful. It lets you fix problems before they get big and keep your blueprint sharp. So let's wrap this up. As we look ahead, the way to crush your goals in the new year isn't about finding some hidden reserve of motivation you never knew you had. Nope. It's about becoming a better architect of your own day-to-day life. I want to bring this quote back one more time because it really is everything. Your routine is your safety net. It's not about being perfect every day. It's about having a system that catches you and keeps you moving forward, even when that initial spark of excitement inevitably starts to fade. And that is the final thought I want to leave you with. Stop beating yourself up for not having enough motivation. That's the wrong game. Instead, empower yourself by focusing on designing a smarter system, a better blueprint. You've already got everything you need to succeed. You just need the right plan to guide you. So I'll leave you with this challenge. Don't think about your massive 2026 goal. Instead, I want you to ask yourself, what is the first, tiny, ridiculously easy action you can take tomorrow to start building the system that will get you there? Thanks for tuning in.